give Fifi more just in case. Wait, can I use this here? That's too close. I don't know where I can put this Gerry boy. Somewhere. I think it against a big ball. Is that going to be steady enough? I'll go give you a few more just in case. Oh no, I just put my head in there. Hello. Hello. Here we go. Oof. Good morning. Good morning, Zara and Tom and Ginge and Limewood and Helen and Saffron and Rob. Hey, Turkey and Heng and Balin. Good morning, Robot and David and Limewood. So I wasn't sure whether to do a bunny stream this morning. First things first, because we had a bit of a problem with Gerry last night and I wasn't sure how he was going to be today. So I was a bit like, oh, I don't know whether to do one. So I'm still trying to figure out how he's doing this morning, which is why I already gave him his pellets. But it might just be a bit of a chill, cozy one in the bunny room. Good morning, Rob. But basically, I went to put the bunnies away last night, and I was giving him a cuddle, and I felt along his back as I normally do, and you can sort of feel his undercarriage, and I was like, oh, that's a bit dirty. Like, you can usually feel if he's got something tangled in his fluff. And at first I was like, oh, I think it's just hay. And then I lifted him up and oh my gosh, it was so mucky. And to the point where I was like, oh, I'm going to have to do something about this. So I ended up staying up. And it took quite a while to get him to be okay. So I've not slept very much. And I don't know how he's feeling. I mean, he did take his, his medicine afterwards as well. So it wasn't, too bad. And he is eating. So, but he probably won't be on any greens for a couple days whilst I can just check how he's pooping. He'll probably just be, just hay. Until I can be sure that his tum-tum is doing all right. But yeah, I don't know what happened. And he wasn't very happy about it. And it was a bit of a disaster, to be honest. Because I was, cleaning his bum. And then I'd put a little tub of water on the table. And then when I was lifting Gerry to see underneath him, I accidentally knocked it over, and then that went everywhere. So then I had to clean all of that up. So it was a bit of an ordeal last night. But here we are, Gerry. How are you feeling? And he wasn't very happy with me the whole time it was happening. Where are you, baby boy? So it might be a castle day today. Or he might be feeling fine. I don't know. It might have just been a one-off thing. But yeah, poor little baby boy. I hope everyone had nice weekends though. I was gonna do a schedule last night, and then I was like, I can't think, so I don't really know what I'm doing today. I'll be honest. Everything's a bit of a... This is how I am when I can only think about... If something happens with the bunnies, it takes up 99% of my thinking. Oh, hang on, I'm stuck. I'll say this first. Steve, thank you very much for the 58 months. Buns. Can't believe it's been 58 months. I first subscribed in December 2020. This December I would have been sub for 5 years. And what 5 years it has been. Thank you for teaching me that bunnies are pretty interesting, actually. Being a wholesome, lovely person. Buns. Oh, thank you. Wait. Sorry, I wedged myself between the castle and the thingamabob. And he has escaped. Fifi's not had her pellets now. She's chosen to crime instead. Would you like some blanket cuddles? Are you feeling up to blanket cuddles? Just not with mother. Not with a mother who would wipe your bum in such a fashion. I mean, it's looking nice now, to be fair. I'm having a little peek at your undercarriage. I could only see good. Good morning, Matrix. But yeah, and then I had a really poopy dream, and I feel like I woke up feeling really startled. So I'm just sort of like, it's just Monday, isn't it? It's just one of those bloody Mondays. It's caught up with me. But yeah, when I knocked over the water, obviously because I'd been like dipping stuff in it, it was like pretty much clean because I was doing basic containment, but not full. Hang on, I need to go give Fifi a blanket because otherwise she is going to dig through that one. Fifi, allow me to give you bunny. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to put that over your face. Hang on, let me sort this out. Hang on. Can I have this bit, please? Thank you. There we go. Now you can dig. Is that better? Well done. Okay. Where'd that boy? Oh shit, what up? Hi. I love you. What was I saying? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, my poopy dream. So hello, Mrs. Binkies. So yeah, I just feel a bit startled. It was that basically I was back on Holby City, or I was working with Holby City people, but I don't know if it was on Holby City. So you know it's a stress dream when it starts with I was working on a film set, because they always are. And I was pushing our magliner because I was thinking like one of the old focus pullers that I always used to work with was there, and we always used to be like quite the team. She used to bring me on like all the time. I was one of her favourites. Good morning, Owls. So I was like working with her, but I was like, hang on, there's full camera teams. Like, what am I actually here for? And I couldn't really gauge like what I was meant to do. So I was like, I guess I'll just help out with one of the camera teams. So I went in and I started pushing the magliners out, which are basically like big trolleys that you keep equipment on, that they like fold together. They're very heavy duty. And I started pushing it, and someone had left something on the ramp, and I was like, I didn't notice, and it was just like a big solid like box. So I was like, oh, it's fine. I accidentally nudged it, but it's fine. And it like rolled down the ramp and then stayed. And I was like, oh, that must be like the sound equipment or something that they've, like one of their boxes that they've just left there. And I carried on, and I was pushing the magliner further down, and I heard this crash, and I looked over, and one of the other sound boxes, like the big sound station with all the buttons, had like rolled down and fallen off, and it was like completely broken. Then something else happened where like there was a whole other part of the dream where I was talking to Ross, and Ross had somehow just like spilt something all down himself, and it was everywhere, and I was just like, what? And for some reason I was just asking Ross, how do people act when they're on acid? Like, I was really adamantly like, how do they act? And he was like, I don't know. I was like, okay. And then I went back to my film set, and I turned up, and someone had said it must have been me that had pushed the sound equipment over. And I was like, but I was like across the studio with a magliner, like it can't have been me. I was nowhere near it. And it was just one of those things that I was like, well, I guess I just have to go home. And I remember talking to the sound guy, because I was like, well, I guess I should apologize because everyone thinks it's me. So I went over, and I was like, I'm sorry, like, I don't know how it could have been me because I was nowhere near it, but hello, Dave. I was like, I guess it must have been. And then I remember in the dream saying, I was like, I guess this is it for me. I can't work on film sets ever again. No one's gonna hire me. And then I just went, and I'm too old for OnlyFans, so what am I gonna do with my life? And the guy was just like ignoring me and being like, look where I'm going to have to travel to get my thing replaced. And he was just like showing me photos of like Italy in beautiful destinations. And I was like, I feel no sympathy for you. The fact you're going to have to go off on a little jolly to Italy to get your equipment fixed. Screw you. So yeah, it was a bit of a one, but I just remember feeling so stressed because I was like, what can I do? I can't work on film anymore. No one's gonna hire me. Camera work or OnlyFans. There's nothing else I can do in my dream world. And yeah. Delta, thank you very much for the 59 months. 59 minutes. It feels like 100 hours since I first subbed. Thank you. But I just, like, I woke up feeling that stress of like, oh God, this is it. My career's over and I have to start again and I don't know what to do anymore. It was just like, I just woke up feeling really startled by it. And just like, oh. And knowing that I hadn't done it as well, like being really frustrated. I think it's because we watched the finale to The Inheritance, and obviously in that there's a lot of like, so basically for people who don't know The Inheritance, I won't give any spoilers because I'm determined someone else will watch it so I can talk to them about it. But Rob, there's this show. Genius, thank you very much for the 58th month. I've been here this long and Gerry is still a baby. It's true. True. So The Inheritance, it's the same people who do like The Traitors, the same production company writers, but it's for Channel 4, and it's that Liz Hurley has died, but she's left a series of instructions for how to unlock her inheritance, because it's like, I don't trust my family, so I want a group of strangers on telly to win this instead. Please, thank you. Those were her final wishes. They are respected. Tommy, thank you very much for the 67 months. 2 more months to go. Thank you. That'll be Christmas. So she is like unlocking her inheritance with different tasks, basically. So the whole group will work on the task together, but then they have to choose the prime beneficiary who will win all of the money, and then they can choose to gift up to half of it to whoever else they want. There are some limitations, but it's basically anyone else who put themselves up for prime beneficiary can't get anything. So yeah, they what do you call it? And then eventually they get whittled down because the person who wins prime beneficiary gets to choose one person to go home and stuff like that. So they obviously along the way there's like a little bit of deception and people saying that they've gifted out money when they didn't, just to make people like them and give them money and blah blah blah, all of this stuff. So it turns into being a bit tricksy, and a lot of it comes down to there's people who work really hard, but people will be like, well, I think this person is more likely to give me more money if they're prime beneficiary, so I'm going to trust them. I'm going to vote for them and say that they win. So there was a lot of like people not being rewarded for hard work that they'd done when they should have. And I think Dave, thank you for the retirement fund. Yay! I think that's what like influenced my dream, was watching, because we watched the finale of it yesterday with dinner. And we'd been like halfway through an episode. So we watched 1.5 episodes. So I think it was just that had got into my head, and that had translated into the dream that I had last night about, that's a real TV show, yeah. It's on Channel 4. But because we watched that for like, I guess, an hour and a half or however long the finale was, I think that it being like, I didn't do it and I'm taking the fall for it and blah, blah, blah. I think that was very much influenced by watching that so much. But yeah, it was, I'm so out of it. I'm so tired because of the ordeal with the poo water. So basically I was cleaning Gerry's bum, and then I lifted him up, I leant forward, and the water spilt. And because I was doing it on the table, I then obviously had to completely disinfect the table afterwards to make sure no poo-poo. But of course, because the table is made of planks, the water had leaked through and gone into the chairs and the floor. So the actual like cleaning up of everything after the cleaning up took a long time. And then I was like disinfecting the table and I was wiping it and I was like, it's coming back brown, so there's still poo everywhere. And then I was like, hang on a second, the table is brown. And it turned out I was just like taking the varnish off, because then I was like, I'm going to check somewhere that had no poo-poo water anywhere near it. And that came back the same colour. So I was like, everything is clean. I'm just destroying the table layer by layer. The table is made of poo. So it, yeah, it just everything took about 5 times longer than it needed to. And then I went to bed and then I couldn't sleep because I was lying awake thinking of, I basically didn't get to do my night time routine, and I'm a princess, so I need to do it. Thank you for the bits. Did you decide what your next career would be? No. And you know the worst part is I remember waking up. I don't know. Rob! Oh my gosh, Rob, you have given so much to this. I feel like I should ban you from being allowed to give anymore. You've given so much. Rob, thank you so much for the £10 to the bunnies. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, the long and short of this is... Oh wait, I'll finish my thought first. And then I need to say something to Saffron and then move on with my brain thinky thoughts. Oh, Dereki! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for gifting us up the Grouse, Irish Gamer Girl, Fictitious Dreamer, Shadow Bell, and Sean. Thank you. Subs for only buns. Oh my gosh. Well, Jerry's got a nice clean bum now, so he's ready for his close-up. um, what was I saying? Where were my thinky dinks going? Oh yeah. So I woke. I remember waking up from the dream because I was getting stressed and looking at the time, and then going back and it feeling like it went on for ages, and then I woke up and it was like 5 minutes later, and I was like, how did I fit so much in-brain stress into such a short space of reality time? And yeah. Anyway, that was the first thing. The second thing was that I need to decide what I'm streaming today, and I'm going to give you the options, and you have to decide because I'm too sleepy. The thing I wanted to say to Saffron was, I saw, I was watching back a stream the other day. I saw a screen of chat where you had asked me a question about Greek mythology and I missed it. And I wanted to give you the answer now to a question that you've probably forgotten that you asked over a week ago. But you were asking, other than the connection to Icarus, who was Daedalus. And I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't see it at the time and I didn't respond and I didn't answer the question. So she back to digging blankie. There she go. Okay, I'm gonna go onto the table then because I need to. Hello, how you doing, baby boy? Haunted by missing a Greek mythology question. True. Daedalus, or Big Crit, as he's otherwise known, yes, like in Dota. So basically, Daedalus, I can't remember where he was originally born. I have a feeling he might have actually been from Athens, but I can't remember. Either way, he was worried that, like, I think it was his nephew. I think he was worried that his nephew, I don't think it was his son, but he was getting, like, smarter than he was. Maybe it was his son. Some sort of young man who was related to him. He was worried that he was getting smarter than he was, and he pushed him off the top of a tower or somewhere. But I'm not that sure. Icarus is Daedalus' son, but he might have had a previous one, or it might have been his nephew, but he kills him. He pushes him because he's like, you're getting too clever and I'm the smart guy around here. And that gets him banished to Crete, where he has to work for Minos. And that's where he becomes mostly known, which is why I'm not very good with his beginning story. JD, thank you very much for that, 8 months. Thank you. Good morning. So yeah, either way, he's found in Crete, and he does a lot of Minos's bidding. So, but he also does some work for Pasiphae, who is Minos's wife. So, for instance, when Minos becomes the ruler of Crete over his brothers, Minos is like, I need a sign for everyone so that they will obey me. And, well, I guess specifically of Knossos, which is where Minos lived. He's like, I need a sign. So he prays to Poseidon, and Poseidon sends this big bull from the sea to, like, show how mighty Minos is. And he says, I'm going to sacrifice it in your honor. But then something about this bull, this stupid, sexy bull, Minos is like, actually, he's a pretty sexy bull. I'm going to keep him. And I'm just going to sacrifice a lesser bull and hope that Poseidon doesn't notice. So he keeps this bull running around, and Poseidon is, like, obviously very angered by this. So he decides, right, you think this bull is so fit, I'm going to make it so that your wife does as well. So he basically, as punishment, JD, thank you very much for gifting out 5 subs. That is very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So he makes it so that Pasiphae also fancies this ball. Well, Minos didn't fancy him, but Pasiphae asks for Daedalus to create this contraption, which is basically like a big lady ball with a hole in it so that she can lay with the ball. So she gets inside it, the ball does its thing, and that is how the Minotaur is born. Then everyone is sort of like horrified by the Minotaur and this, like, because he just has this taste for human flesh, which isn't ideal. So instead of like treating him with kindness or anything, Minos just sees in him the potential for power and a way to secure like everyone being scared of him and respecting his leadership. So Dave, thank you very much for the £10. She can't ban all of us, can she? Oh no. Dave, thank you. Minotaur equals, yeah, he's the bull of Minos, which isn't like, that's a name that's taken from him. His name is actually Asterius or Asterion, which he was named after Minos's dad. But it means like little star. So yeah. But Minos, instead of, raising him nicely, sort of treats him like a monster, and he puts him away. So then he has Daedalus build the labyrinth of Knossos and locks him in there. I'm going to have to rush off for a work meeting. I'll come back to listen to the rest of the story. In that case, I'll pause the story there. Oh, wait, no, if you're coming back... Wait, you're coming back for the VOD or coming back IRL? I'll carry it on. Okay. Calling him a Minotaur. Yes, the Minotaur dehumanizes him by taking away his name. And that's why I don't really like him being referred to as the Minotaur, because his name is Asterion. And people say, this is what I've said before, that people say that he is a monster because of the bull, but I think he's a monster because of the humanity in him. And the bull side would have actually been a lot more gentle. As for how he got a taste for human flesh, apparently, well, all of the readings I've read is just something that it was sort of quite inbuilt. Like, he came out kicking and fighting out of the womb and biting people then, and he sort of got that, he got that, the bad taste from there. So Daedalus, he has this labyrinth made. No, he makes the labyrinth for Minos. Sharples, thank you very much for your 29 a month. 2 years streaking on chat. So, big stretchy leg. That's a very good stretchy leg there, baby boy. What is a good book to learn about Greek mythology? I personally recommend reading Mythos by Stephen Fry, because it gives you like a good broad idea of what it is, and just like it's based off of is it Hesiod's I can't remember the name of the book, but it gives you like a good structure to then be like, oh, I particularly like this thing, I can read up more about this. I have a question for you. If regular centaurs are too front heavy and top heavy, wouldn't it make more sense for the human part was in the middle and only the shoulders? Imagine just a horse with just a human head, if that was the only human part, and feet so that they slap when they walk around. But okay, so right, Minotaur Asterius has been locked away in the labyrinth. Daedalus by this point has had a son, but he is kept under lock and key in a tower, so he is stuck up in the tower, and he's scared to escape because he worries that Minos would kill his son, which is ironic given his past. But yeah, so now Icarus has been born. Minos sends one of his sons, whose name I can't remember because he has a few, over to Athens to stay with King Aegeus. And he's basically, his son is a bit of an upstart. He's a bit of a, thinks he's God's gift. And Aegeus gets so, fed up with this that he's like, if you're so good, why don't you go and kill the bull that has been terrifying our land? So by this point, this bull moves around quite a lot. He's part of Heracles' labors. He's, the father of the Minotaur. He becomes known, he's like the Cretan bull, but then he becomes known as the Bull of Marathon because that's where he goes to when Heracles releases him. So he is running around Marathon, terrifying people. And Aegeus is like, if you're so good, go deal with the bull. And Minos' son goes and he gets killed by the bull. And because he was under Aegeus' protection, there was this thing that was really big in these times called Xenios, which is basically looking after, if someone died whilst they were in your care, or if you killed someone who you're meant to be looking after, that was the biggest, it was so big that it was Zeus's territory. He was called is it Zeus Sabazios? Or is that him when he's a horse? I can't remember. Anyway, it's Xenia is the big thing that you do not break. It's it's co-owned by Zeus and Hestia because it's but it works both ways. It's looking after people in your care, but it's also not being a dick when you're a guest. So yeah, obviously letting someone's son visit you and then having them do a quest and die when they're doing it is really bad. So because of that, Minos is screw Athens. He invades, but then he also realizes that they very much overpower Athens because Athens were thinky people, not fighty people like the Cretans. And he says, look, we can come to a deal. If every year you send over 7 youths and 7 maidens to be fed to the bull in the labyrinth, we won't destroy Athens. And Aegeus takes this and is like, okay, that's fine. So this isn't really to do with Daedalus, so I'll skip ahead. Blah, 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 blah. Theseus. Bull dies. Daedalus sees his chance to escape because he knows that the Minotaur is being killed. And he gets Icarus. He makes these, because obviously they're kept in a tower that has loads of birds, so he gets all of the feathers together. He fixes them together with wax. And he says, you need to fly. You can't go too low because the sea will get the feathers wet and they'll drag you down and drown you. You can't go too high because the sun will melt your wax. You have to go exactly in the middle. But Icarus is sort of so happy to be free that he's just going woohoo, I can fly. Obviously we know what happens with Icarus. Goes too high, melts, goes down, destroyed by the sea. So Daedalus does escape, and he goes into the employ of King someone else, whose name I can't remember. But Minos is so outraged by the fact that he's lost his dreadful bull, he's lost his daughter's being kidnapped because Ariadne is taken by Theseus, willingly or unwillingly, depend what reading you believe. And he's lost his hold over Athens, and he's furious. And then he's also lost his big, one of the things that secured his power was Daedalus. So he's right, that's it. I'm going to find him. So he goes around the lands and he takes with him a shell, like a conch shell with the twirly bit. And he's like, if I tell someone that you will win treasures galore if you can thread a thread through this conch, if anyone can do that, because he believes that Daedalus is the only person who is smart enough to figure out how to do this. So he goes around and he's like, the king that says, yeah, I've got someone who can do that, that's where Daedalus is hiding. So he finds the right person. Daedalus manages to do it by tying the thread to an ant and then having the ant walk through the shell. And as soon as Minos sees this, he's like, you are hiding Daedalus. I know you are. Come and get me. I'm going to grab this man and steal him away. But the king's sons, not literally the opposite, the king's daughters, they love Daedalus and they want to protect him. So they're like, leave it to us, father. And they persuade Minos to get in the bath. And then they basically boil him alive in the bath. Which is why, if you watch the series Chaos, the fact that there's a scene where Minos in that is in the bath and Poseidon turns up and he dips his toe into it and he's just like, you like it hot, don't you? And that is like a little wink to the fact that he's in common mythology, he's boiled alive in the bath. But he doesn't die that way in that show. So that's not spoilies. But yeah, then Daedalus just goes on to live with that guy, I guess. I don't really know how anything after that. That's just the main chunk of his life that I know. The end. Da 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 da. There's welcome to everything I know about Daedalus. That was for Saffron for asking the question a week ago. Is there anything else about Daedalus? But yeah, I've never researched if he goes on to do anything other than becoming an item in Dota after that. Oh, Fifi's got under the blanket. Hang on, allow me to reverse. Beep beep boop boop boop. Oop. Running away from the scene of the crime. Look at this. Look at such scrumpling. Scrumpling has happened. Tuck that behind there. Tuck that behind there. There we go. So basically, the things that I want to do. So I want to focus on doing more fundraisery things in the next 2 weeks, as it's the last 2 weeks that I could be doing fundraisery things for the fundraiser. Did I say fundraiser? Fundraiser. So I was like, the things I want to do. Good morning, Drew. There's 2 of them. Yellow Swan as well. So tomorrow, Alex needs the room for pee-pee at 5. So I was thinking maybe tomorrow would be a good day to do an away from computer thing. So I want to do pumpkin carving at some point, and I want to do baking this week at some point, or I could do baking next week, or I could do baking both week. That is also an option. I would like to do a reading stream, but I've not bought the book yet. So that might be on Thursday. So I'm thinking, why can't he do it in the toilet like a normal person? Because he needs Tom and Chris and James there so they can all pee-pee together. It's just how it's done. It's just like how Simon needs Lewis there for his pee-pee. People talk about women going to the bathroom together, but in the Yogscast, it's always boys pee-pee together. So yeah, I was trying to decide what to do today because next week, okay, so the charity streams that I have planned are this week, pumpkin carving, plus secret thing will happen at the same time. Pumpkin carving, baking. I've picked out some like Halloween themed bakes that I think would be nice to do. Read book, and then next week, obviously Friday is Kirby Craft, and then next week I've got I'm gonna do a choose your own adventure with Hansan doing the drawing. That will probably be on Wednesday. Tuesday I'm guessing will be Planet Crafter, so that won't be anything fundraisery. Thursday or Monday, depending when the things arrive, I've got a paint by numbers, but I'm trying to decide whether. So I bought 3 paint by numbers off of Vinted because they were all like super cheap. Because someone was just, I guess, having a clear out of their craft stuff. So I was going to get all of the paints from the other 2 because I got 2 designs that I didn't want to do. So I'm going to put all the paints in a bag, and I was thinking every time someone donates, I'll have to pick out a new one to replace with a different number. So I'm hoping that in the end, the canvas itself will look a bit crazy. But I'm trying to decide if that's a good incentive or if there's some other way I could do it that would be better. But that's one of the streams. Obviously, I have to wait for them to arrive from Vinted. So that will be next week one, either on Monday or Thursday. Depending, just tell us the secrets we can crowd test on whether they are surprising. No, it's only a little secret. It's nothing too big. So yeah, that's the plan. Is this week carving, story time, baking, and then next week Hansan fighting fantasy or choose your own adventure. It is Hansan painting. Oh, and maybe I might try and do like a repo or something stream. I'm seeing if I can find people to do it with. The usual people that I play games with in the evening. I'm seeing if they would be up for doing it. So yeah, that's the plan at the moment. But it does leave at least one day each week in question. So today is the question day. And I'm like, I don't have the stuff in the house for baking. And the other complication is I have to finish at 5 because I'm giving blood tonight. And I need to leave the house by like 5:10 in order to get there on time. So I need to decide what to do. So the options would be A, straight up Hades. just take the day. Remember, it has to be your own blood. What? I've collected so much. Now you tell me this. Yeah, today can either just be Hades, or I could try and find some like I looked through every single demo on Steam Next Fest yesterday for every one that was listed as horror, and I could try and do like a spooky a spooky thing. I don't know. Today is just a bit of a complication because, to be honest, I forgot today was the day I was giving blood. So oh, she on top of the sofa. There she do be. My bucket of stranger's blood is worthless. Yes, nobody wants it. I do need a big snacky before I go give blood. And also, it's like, like a rock hyrax. I'm seeing a lot of Hades. Maybe I should just do Hades today, especially after my bad dream. And then from tomorrow, spooky game before giving blood might not be a good idea. But what if it gets that blood pumping and then it comes out easier? Because it's just like, doo, 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 doo. You couldn't see the dance I was doing then, but I was doing like a club. Doo, doo, doo. But yeah, maybe I will just do a Hades. Have you donated before? Yes. But I lost my login and my donor card because my wallet was stolen. So for some reason, they don't have it on record that I have. So it's going to be treated like my first time. So I think I'm going to be back to, like, it took me so many donations to build up to being allowed tea after donating. And I think I'm going to be reduced back down to squash again because they're going to be like, it's your first time, so it's probably best you don't have a hot drink afterwards. So yeah, I gave up fighting it. I was just like, yes, it's my first time, whatever. My blood type is the happy blood. I am B positive. Woo! Happy, happy, happy blood. Happy. That's not happy blood, but it's B positive. Woo! It's not B negative. That would be sad. Happy is O minus. Is that the one that can, is that like the universal donor one where everyone can take that one? That means it's anxious because it's telling itself to be positive. Oh. Oh no. I've got the this is fine blood. I really should go back to it. I moved to platelets. Ah, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Look at these easies. I have my first driving lesson in a few hours. I will tell you this. If you're anything like me, you will feel like knackered after the first one. I remember after my first few lessons, I felt so tired. In fact, after every lesson, I felt really tired and my arms were really sore because I think you don't realize. I think I was just like gripping the steering wheel, like so much power in my hands. So yeah, don't be surprised if you feel like a little bit EP. Did they have power steering back then? It was from trying to like move the horses over. Do you get me? Like it was, oh, it could be quite, and holding the reins up all that time. Am I right? The first 2 times I tried to give blood, I got told they had enough and got turned away. Ah! I've been driving for 20 years and it still tires me out. Yeah. I can imagine. Look at this little guy. So yeah, apologies that there's no treat today on the bun stream, but I need to have a day of checking Gerry's tummy, so he's gonna be pellets and hay only today, I'm afraid. And Fifi is just gonna have to follow suit because I don't want to make Gerry jealous. I don't want him to have food dangled in his face and then he doesn't get it. So until I've seen what is coming out of this boy, I'm gonna have to hold off giving him anything else. Aren't I, baby boy? No. Well, by Friday, hopefully he'll be fine. He'll be fine by Friday. And he'll be able to have a... The treat is looking out for Gerry's health. Yeah. Yeah. Until I see a nice solid poo from this boy, though. He's on just the basics. But he was happy to eat his pellets this morning, but I just have to check that he's getting enough hay mostly. And I say, hey, what a wonderful Gerry. Let's hope that you're okay and eat all your hay. This is fine. Did you see that the This Is Fine dog is the star of a Metroidvania? It's called like This Is Fine Mega Copium or something. And it's like a Metroidvania game that stars Question Hound, I think he's called. And you basically go around fighting your demons, your previous embarrassments and stuff. Every time I think about driving, I think about my ADHD and I fear the danger I would produce. I think he would be okay. People, neurospicy people drive. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Probably. How many mushrooms are you smoking when you played this game? I've not played it. I just watched the trailer for it when I was looking through thousands upon thousands of Steam demos, trying to decide what to play today. Trying to decide what to record for Sunday. And I couldn't find one. Wow. After buns, I'm going to have a shower and then I'm going to go to the last 2 train stations in my city. Ooh. Nice. With 0 driving experience, I went karting for a friend's stag a couple of weeks ago. I managed to 3 laps before I got overwhelmed and stopped. Oh no. I love go-karting. I'm not like super quick or anything. Because it feels so much quicker than it is, I swear. I don't know if it's because you're so low to the ground or something, but I love go-karting. It's good fun. I really enjoyed doing it for the Mario Kart one. I'm hoping to become a professional driver, so I hope I enjoy driving. Oh, bless you. Bring back Young's karts. Yay! I have 1,000 hours on Euro Truck Sims. That should be a good indication. Well, to be fair, okay, so I was slightly robbed in the Yog Cut, but to be fair, I think I didn't mind at all because I think Ravs would have felt worse than I felt if he had have come last. If that makes sense. He might have been fine, but I was like, I'm fine. I'm fine taking the last place. I don't really care. Whereas I think it was nice for him to not come last. So I was like, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. But that was such a fun day. That Yogg's cart. Tea. Where did Fifi go? Oh, she's there. Oh, I see her. She doesn't want to focus on her. Having a little break from her digging. Just don't mention the tail. I'm trying to think if there was a day that I was gonna play Repo. Who won? I can't actually remember who won. Classic Yogs cast. Who remembers who won? Huh? I just remember who came second to last. But I think it was Brie. That wouldn't surprise me. She'll have to rewatch. Yeah. Yeah. There's a big repo update coming on the 30th. Ooh. I wonder if it would be in time for, like, what time of day the update would be happening. But yeah, I'm trying to decide, like, what game I could get people to play that would be a fun one, because we've all not played Repo in a while. And I'm like, oh, should I do like Phasmophobia instead? Because that's a spooky one. But I do love Repo. It is just the little guys, little faces, makes me very happy. But yeah, I'll see what people are up to, and I'll try and figure out a day that we could do it. But yes, that is all of the things that I have planned, I think. So I have to buy the stuff for baking, and I have to buy the stuff I have to buy the book, because I was going to read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So I have to go and buy that. I could just read it from the PDF because it is public domain, but I prefer holding a book to reading off of a screen. I find it a lot easier to follow in a book. Bree, then Ped, then Martin, in case anyone was curious. Repo Peak and Played Up is in our group's rotation at the moment. Oh, that's nice. I wish I had someone who was still as into Played Up as I am. Everyone moved on to other things, but in my heart of hearts, I'm like, I would still play Played Up. I guess I could just do a solo Played Up, but it's so much more difficult alone. But I could do a stream of that, do the Halloweeny stuff. Get people in. I want to play it too, but friends want to play other things. Yeah. Here's a tough one. We're in a 20-hour repo run at the moment. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Pretty much never play with friends anymore. Our game interests diverge too much. Yeah, I have the thing of occasionally, I guess all of my friends' interests are wiggly lines, and occasionally those wiggles might just happen to collide together. At the moment, we're mostly playing GeoGuessr, doing duels and stuff, and then eventually, someone will go off and want to do someone else, and then that person will go do something else as well. It's just one of those things. But thankfully they've aligned at the moment. But usually that lot will be playing Breakyard. I don't know, what's it called, Kerbal Space Program and Factorio and all of those sort of more glorpy games that I don't tend to play. So it is nice that it's aligned on. Remember Fall Guys? Oh yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, at the moment, a couple of us have aligned on GeoGuessr, so it's a good time. Because I was thinking, if I asked to do a repo stream, will it eventually end up as GeoGuessr? Because we do get so overexcited playing it. Overwatch. I remember Overwatch. That was a good time. I used to love being May. She was good fun. Tea. But yeah, it's just nice. We tend to just sit in the Discord and, everyone will be playing different things, but it's just nice having that company. GeoGuessr custom maps are what makes it. So yesterday, I made a custom map. I was meant to be making dinner. Rob is going to be extra annoyed about this because I was also meant to be playing Dead by Daylight with him, but I got so distracted because I was making a GeoGuessr custom map, and I basically found every place that had pee pee or poo poo in the name. There was like Pee Pee Creek and the Poo Poo Restaurant, and I made a map of all of them. And then I got Alex to play it, and he was so unimpressed. And I was like creased up laughing. And because I had just searched for the names, I didn't actually know where anything was, so I could actually play it. And it took me so long because the map maker isn't very intuitive. Basically, every time you click somewhere, it adds it as a new location. So I had to go and like go back and tidy it up. But the first one we loaded into was like Pooh Street, and Alex just looked at me, and I had called the map "Guess the Theme," and then we went to like there's a place called Poo Poo Angel. It was like a dog grooming parlor. Oh, good times. So yeah, I know that there's the GeoGuessr map maker. I've used it to its full effect. Me and my friends have played GeoGuessr in school, dueling each other during class. Oh my gosh, yeah, I've been doing the duels. Especially when it's like the daily challenge is to win 2 duels. We had like 3 minutes to go last night, and I was saying to Alex, we need to win 1 more duel. But we did it and got the 105 coins for the day. But yes, good times. Will we see that in the Young's Guesser videos? I don't think anyone else would find it as funny as I found it. I think it would be bad. I did make a custom map for Yogscast for a recording, and I've sent that one to Xylus, but hopefully he won't be able to see my other ones that I've made. Hopefully you can only see the one that I've linked. The very childish custom maps do well. That's true. That is true. Well, I guess it is time for me to head off to run away and go and do my recording for Sunday. I need to decide what I'm going to record, to be honest. After all, my scrolling got me nowhere yesterday. How is... Oh, Fifi... Oh, she's come back to eating pellets. I was like, why can I hear... What can I hear? Is a Fifi. You should be Flife. It's fun. I feel like Steam Next Fest has just been too big this time, and there's been too much to go through. And it basically feels like I'm just browsing the entirety of Steam, which is like... It's just too much. And then there was one that did stand out to me that I was like, oh, maybe I'll record that. And then Tom released a video on it. And I was like, balls. And Alex was like, it's fine. You can both play the same games. And I was like, yeah, but I just know that everyone will be like, it's a Tom game. So I'm trying not to double up on them at the moment. But yes. Rob, is there anywhere to send the lovely people away to? Don't fall over. I'm here in case you wobble. You okay? He okay? I see animals. Choose your favorite today. Oh, I guess shall we go see the chickens? I do love chickens. I was just checking you weren't going to fall over, baby boy. Just in case. Lean into it. Today I'm playing a bam and welcome everyone. Today I'm playing. I mean, technically, because I do edit for Tom, I can see his release schedule. So I'll just see what he's playing, and I'll just snipe it. I'll just release it the day before. Be like, oh my god, can you believe Tom is playing all of these Bryony games? I obviously will not do that. I'll be good. Well, everyone, I hope you all have very lovely days. I'll see you later for a naughty little Hades. And my channel is getting very close to being monetized again, which is nice. I'm slowly creeping back up. I think I only need not much now. Gerry, I'm just going to look up your bum. Oh, it is a lot better today. That is good. But yes, everyone, I hope you look after yourselves, and I'll see some of you later. Until later, everyone. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. 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 Bye. Boop.